Okay, this video is to help you guys that are at home with the angle relationships number 2 slides. Okay, we're just working with the same angles we did before. Angles that make up a right angle add up to 90. Angles that make a straight line add up to 180. Okay, vertical angles are equal. Okay, angles in a triangle add up to 180. Okay, we're using those same ideas, but now we're going to use equations to help us find missing angles. Okay, and I'll go through an example of each, and I'll flash the solutions up so you guys can check them after you do them. Okay, but this is the big idea. When you have two angles that make up a right angle and you have expressions, just write an equation with one expression plus the other expression equal to 90. Okay, one angle plus one angle equals 90. If you have two angles that add up to 180, just set each of those two angles, one of them is going to have an x in it probably, set that equal to 180. Okay, if you are given vertical angles, okay, intersecting lines, opposite sides, set those two angle expressions equal to each other. And if you have three angles in a triangle, set all three of those added up equal to 180. Okay, we'll go through an example of each. Okay, problem 1. Okay, we want to find x, and we want to find the missing angle. Okay, so this is a right angle. So these two pieces, these two angles add up to 90. So I can just write it out like this. 4x plus 5 plus 25 adds up to 90. Okay, just add them up, set it equal to 90. Okay, and a lot of these problems, you're going to have like terms. Okay, 5 and 25 are like terms because they're both numbers. So add those up. 4x plus 30 is equal to 90. Now I have a two-step equation. Okay, get rid of the added number by subtracting. Okay, that leaves us with 4x equals 60. Okay, get rid of the multiplied 4 by dividing. And you get x equals, 15. So x is 15. Okay, now that we know that x is equal to 15, we can find this other angle, okay, that we don't know because we know x now. Okay, the other angle is 4 times x plus 5. Okay, so since we know x is 15, we can take 4 times 15 plus 5 to figure out what that angle really is. Okay, multiply before you add. 4 times 15 is 60. Okay, add 5 to that. That's 5, and you get 65 degrees. And you would know that 65 and 25 do add up to 90. So you could double check that that would have to be the right answer. Okay, the right answer for that angle. Okay, you guys try the next problem, and then I'll just flash the answer up and let you guys look through it. Okay, the next problem, x and x plus 45 make up a right angle. So those two add up to 90. So you could write x plus 45 is equal to 90. Get your like terms together. X plus x is 2x. Okay, now I showed the steps a little differently. Instead of writing subtract 45, and divide by 2, divided by 2, I just wrote it in words. Okay, I don't care how you do it, just so you're showing your steps. Okay, so we subtract 45 from each side. We divide by 2. We get 22.5. So that missing angle, x plus 45, now that we know x is 22.5, okay, it'd be 22.5 plus 45, 67.5. Okay, problem 3. Let's do that together. Okay, we're trying to find x and the missing angle. Okay, these two angles make up a straight line. Okay, it's called a straight angle. Okay, angles that make up a straight line add up to 180. So I'm going to write down both expressions, an add sign in between, and set that equal to 180. 5x plus 60 plus 80 equals 180. Okay, I'm going to get my like terms together first. 60 plus 80 is 140. Okay, so now I have the equation 5x plus 140 equals 180. Okay, I'm just going to do it by the subtraction symbols instead of the words. I'm going to subtract 140 from each side. That leaves me with 5x equals 40. I'm going to divide each side by 5. That's going to leave me with x equals 8. Okay, x is equal to 8. Okay, now I can find my missing angle. Okay, because I know x is 8. So I can go back and replace x with 8. Okay, so 5x plus 60 is equal to 5 times 8, 60. Okay, multiply before you add. Okay, remember, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. 5 times 8 is 40. So 40 plus 60 is 100. And maybe you just would know, that since they add up to 180, if that one's 80, then the other angle has to be 100. But that's just another way to find it, by putting that value of x into the expression. Okay, let's see. Try to do the next problem on your own. Okay, pause the video and then check. Okay, the next problem, we had two angles that make up a straight line, so they add up to 180. So I can type in x minus 5 plus the 29 adds up to 180. X minus 5 plus 29 equals 180. Get your like terms together, and negative 5 plus 29 is 24. So we get x plus 24 equals 180. Subtract 24. X has to be 156. Okay, once we know that x is equal to 156, we can take 156, put that in for x, and take 156 minus 5. And that's equal to 151. Okay, let me know in class or by email if you're having trouble with these, if you're at home, okay? Okay, the next problem. Write an equation for x, find the missing angle. Okay, intersecting lines. Okay, sides across the street. Angles across the street from each other. Those are vertical. Okay, they're equal. Okay, these angles are equal. So since they're equal, I can set them equal to each other. So I can set 5x plus 4 equal to 114. I can solve this. Okay, this is a nice two-step equation. Okay, I don't have any like terms to combine together in this problem. Okay, but I can subtract 4 from both sides, leaving me with 5x equals 110. I can then divide each side by 5 to get rid of the multiplied 5. And I get x is equal to 22. Okay, if I wanted to use x, put x back into the expression to find my missing angle. Okay, I think you guys know that if this one's 114, the other angle has to be 114. But let's just go ahead and do it this way. Okay, if I know x is 22, I can put x in for 22, substitute x with 22 in 5x plus 4. So that's 5 times 22 plus 4. Okay, multiply first. 5 times 22 is 110. I add 4 to that. I get 114 degrees. Okay, but you would know that it should be 114 degrees because they're vertical. But still, you want to be able to set up the equation by knowing these two angles are equal to each other. Okay, you guys try the next one on your own, okay? Pause the video. Okay, pause the video and then check it. Okay, you have 5x plus 3 and 53 vertical angles. So that means they're equal to each other. So that means we can set them equal to each other. 5x plus 3 is equal to 53. It's a two-step equation. Subtract 3 from each side. 5x is 50. Divide by 5. X is 10. And then we could take that x value of 10, put it in for x, and take 5 times 10 plus 3. Okay, 5 times 10 is 50, plus 3 is 53. Okay, and a double check, you know, that both angles have to be 53 because they're vertical. Okay, let's do one more together. Triangles. Okay, if you have angles in a triangle, think about what you know about triangles. Angles in a triangle add up to 180. So I'm going to take all three of these expressions, angles, and add them together and set it equal to 180. So I'm going to do it like this. I'm going to say 3x plus 4x minus 1 plus, and remember that's 90, right? It doesn't say 90 degrees, but that little square means that that's a 90-degree angle. So all of those angles added up, 3x plus 4x minus 1 plus 90 would have to equal 180 altogether. Okay, let's solve this. Okay, you have two sets of like terms. Okay, you have 3x and 4x combined to be 7x. Okay, those are the x terms. But you have constant number terms. We can combine the -1 and the 90 together. Okay, that is an 89. So we have 7x plus 89 equals 180. So we need to subtract 89 from both sides. Okay, I don't know why it's doing that. Okay, 180 minus 89 is 91. So we have 7x equals 91. Okay, we're going to divide each side by 7 to get the x alone. Okay, and 91 divided by 7 is 13. Okay, so if x is equal to 13, we can now find the other two angles by replacing our x's in both of these expressions with 13. Okay, so the small angle, 3x, I'm just going to put 13 in for x and take 3 times 13. And 3 times 13 is equal to 39 degrees. Okay, the other angle, 4 times x minus 1. Okay, I'm going to put 13 in for x, so it's going to be 4 times 13 minus 1. You multiply first. 4 times 13 is 52. Whoops. Minus 1. 52 minus 1 is 51. Okay, so that must be 51 degrees. Okay, you could check. You could make sure that these problems are right, these two angles are right, by adding the 90, okay, the 39 that we got, and the 51 that we got, and make sure that they really do add up to 180. Okay, and they will. Okay, they will add up to 180 if you wanted to try that. Okay, try the last problem and then unpause the video and check it. You will get a decimal. Don't worry about that. Okay, the last problem, 3 angles that add up to 180 because they're inside of a triangle. Okay, we can take all 3 of these angles, add them up, and set them equal to 180. So I have 4x plus 2 plus the 70 plus the 35 has to equal 180. Solve the equation. First, before you start solving, you got to get those like terms together. You have 3 numbers. Okay, those are all like terms. Okay, so combine the 2 and the 70 and the 35. Okay, add them together, you get 107. Okay, we have 4x plus 107 is equal to 180. Okay, subtract 107 from both sides. You end up with 4x is equal to 73. Okay, then divide both sides by 4 to get rid of the multiplied 4. X must equal 18.25. Okay, you're using a calculator on these. Okay, so the missing angle, there's just one, 4x plus 2. Okay, x is 18.25. So I know that missing angle would be 4 times 18.25 plus 2. Okay, so you're just putting that in for x. 4 times x, which is 18.25 plus 2. Okay, multiply 4 times 18.25 and you get 73. Okay, then you add 2 and you get 75 degrees. Okay, if you really wanted to check that 75 degree answer, just add the 75 and the 70 and the 35, and you'll see that they do add up to 180. Okay, guys, you guys at home, please keep me posted. I know that I'm going awfully quick. I only get so much time on YouTube. Just contact me if you have any troubles or questions about this, okay?